Welcome to News 9 Live, and you are watching On Point with me. Before I introduce you to today's On Point, let's take a quick look at the headlines. Amit Shah launches BJP's poll campaign and releases party's manifesto for upcoming J&K assembly elections. Olympians Vinesh Phogat and Bajrang Punia join the Congress ahead of Haryana Assembly polls. EG raids farmhouse of Sandeep Ghosh. Supreme Court dismisses PIL for regulating exit polls, calls it political interest litigation. Expelled BJD leader Sujit Kumar joins BJP in the presence of Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. Telangana to witness rains till September 11, yellow alert till September 9th. Senior citizen killed in bomb attack in Manipur's Moirang. Praveen Kumar clinches gold medal in men's high jump, and India gets its 6th Paralympic gold. AAP Congress alliance unlikely in Haryana. BJP's headache in Haryana has turned into a migraine. Leaders continue to resign from Bharatiya Janata Party. More than a dozen leaders from districts have put in their papers. Rebel candidates have come through every part of the constituencies, and they have been accommodated. And they have been accommodated by other parties, or they have declared their candidature independently. 32 leaders have resigned from party, including senior leaders who were cabinet ministers, MLAs, ex-MLAs. Some of the big faces who left party are State Energy Minister Rajneet Singh Chautala, Minister State Bishamber Singh Balmiki, Ratia and Laxman Napa, or BJP's former OBC Morcha State President Karan Dev Kamboj. Former Minister is India's richest woman, Savitri Jindal. It's a long list. But more worrisome for Bharatiya Janata Party is that even the people from the organization have left. Rebels have charged BJP for preferring turncoats over party loyalists, and cite that in the first list itself, BJP gave more tickets to people who they call defectors.
36 बरादरी की मीटिंग थी, मेरे अकेले समाज की नहीं, 36 बरादरी मेरे साथ है और सब यही कहते हैं कि हमने चुनाव नहीं छोड़ना, चुनाव लड़ना है। और ऐसे गद्दार लोगों को, जो पार्टी गद्दार लोगों को टिकट देनी है, ऐसे लोगों को हमने सबक सिखाना है, ताकि आगे जो है ना पार्टी को भी सद्बुद्धि आए कि ऐसे गद्दार लोगों को अगर टिकट देंगे तो बिल्कुल 100% जो है ना हमारी सीट खराब होगी। तो ये हमारे सामने जो है ना एक बड़ी चुनौती है कि हमने इस चुनौती को स्वीकार किया कि हम गद्दारों को कभी बर्दाश्त नहीं करेंगे। अगर यहाँ से राजपूत समाज को टिकट देनी थी तो हमारे पास बहुत अच्छे कैंडिडेट थे।
मैं फैसला लड़ लिया जी, इंडिपेंडेंट लड़ूंगा। जनता का फैसला था, इनका फैसला मान दिया। मेरे ही हल्के के सब मालिक ये है।
ये वर्कर्स का फैसला या आपका फैसला?
वर्कर का फैसला।
तो आप भाजपा के नेताओं से आपकी बातचीत चल रही थी सुबह से, क्या ऑफर्स नहीं दी?
नहीं, मैं रहा हूँ उनके साथ, पर उसके बाद टिकट के होने के बाद फिर फैसला मेरा हो गया कि लड़ूंगा।
मंत्री पद भी है आपके पास?
हाँ है, इस्तीफा दे दिया।
BJP's leadership has tried to downplay their resignations and stated that the candidate selection reflects party's commitment to diversity.
जो विधानसभा निर्वाचन होने वाली है उसके लिए पहला जो लिस्ट है वो कल शाम को जारी किया गया और उसमें 90 में से 67 सीट हमने कल रिलीज किया है। और पहला ही लिस्ट इतना बड़ा इससे प्रमाणित करता है भारतीय जनता पार्टी की विश्वास, संगठन का ताकत और साथ ही साथ एक स्पष्ट नेतृत्व के तरफ इशारा करता है। और इस लिस्ट में आपने देखा होगा, इसमें 14 पिछड़ा वर्ग के प्रतिनिधि रखा गया है और इसमें पिछड़ा वर्ग की सभी सामाजिक संतुलन को रखते हुए हमने अपने कैंडिडेट को चयन किया है।
So there are bigger questions here. So has Naib Singh Saini lost control of the organization, or the removal of Khattar was a big mistake by Bharatiya Janata Party, or the centralized approach of Bharatiya Janata Party creating problem in the state unit? Whatever may be the origin of the discontent, BJP is in big trouble in the state. That's why BJP leaders are saying, well, the larger issue is that because we are the party in demand, so there are so many rebels. But then, why has BJP also given ticket to Dynas? BJP has accommodated kith and kins of the 3 former chief ministers of Haryana, Ravinderjit Singh, Bhajan Lal and Bansi Lal's family. Their members have been accommodated. In their talks, the family member of former Deputy Prime Minister Devi Lal may also get accommodated by the party. So the issue is now, if the Prime Minister has been talking with the fact that Parivarvad is an issue, important Parivars of Haryana and the kith and kins have become part of Bharatiya Janata Party. But let me begin this debate. Why hasn't BJP not learned from its mistake of Lok Sabha elections? And on this, I am joined by Amitabh Tiwari, political analyst, Ajit Jha, senior journalist, Vipin Pabi, senior journalist, and with me in studio, input editor Brijesh Pandey. Brijesh, to you, has the lesson not been learned?
See, it's not a question of lesson not learned. See, the BJP finds itself in a very tricky position. The fact is that they are going to seek mandate in Haryana for the 3rd consecutive time. Now, when you have a government for 2 consecutive terms, you know, the 3rd term comes with its own share of problems, and that is being reflected in the way people are deserting. People who have not gotten ticket, they are leaving the party and, planning to join either Aam Aadmi Party, or if they are big enough, even Congress. I think the biggest problem is that, what BJP thought at that point of time by removing Manohar Lal Khattar and getting Naib Singh Saini as the chief minister, BJP thought that they would be in a position to blunt the anti-incumbency and whatever dissatisfaction against Manohar Lal Khattar would be done away by Naib Singh Saini. But I don't think that has happened. He has not acquired the kind of stature, and for no fault of his. I mean, he is not to be blamed because he is there only for 4 months. So you can't expect Naib Singh Saini to perform miracles.
You're absolutely right, Brijesh. I'm not expecting that Naib Singh Saini would be doing some magic, because I really don't think he came with the magic wand. And then if you look at the data which we are playing at the bottom of our screen, the contest in Lok Sabha was small, though Bharatiya Janata Party got more share of votes, but then the Congress too was not behind, and this is something which can really create problem for BJP. Coming to you, Amitabh, why is BJP taking so many defectors, knowing very well that this became a huge issue in Lok Sabha election?
See, essentially, one needs to understand, as Brijesh ji also said, that the party is on a back foot now. So what does it do? Even if you look at 2019 Vidhan Sabha election, the party repeated 34 of its MLAs out of 47. Half of them lost. So Haryana has had a track record of signaling high anti-incumbency against the local MLAs. So the MLAs need to be changed. Now BJP has followed this principle or policy, you can say, that wherever they do not have a candidate of their own, they put on candidates from other parties, assuming or believing in the fact that these candidates will bring in individual votes because of their charisma and hold over their particular caste or community. So that is what the strategy of the BJP is. Whether it works, does not work, that is another matter. Yes, that this has led to discontent. Even if we see, as you are mentioning, in Lok Sabha 2024, 110 defectors were given tickets, only around 41, which is around 37-38%, wherein candidates who were retained and candidates who were replaced got more than 65% strike rate. So yes, in a way, it has not taken lessons, but perhaps it's on the back foot and it is trying out various strategies to somehow neutralize the anti-incumbency and emerge on top. See, what has happened in the past is that in this Jat versus non-Jat politics, in the previous two elections, two cycle of elections, the Jat votes were split between Congress and the INLD or the JJP, which has not happened in 2024 Lok Sabha election, and that has what perhaps has caused or changed the dynamics significantly.
Okay. To you, Mr. Pabi, why is sudden lack of indiscipline in the Haryana unit of Bharatiya Janata Party? Of course, the first question is that why so many outsiders? But even then, the consequence is that it has not followed the Gujarat model. Haryana has not followed the Gujarat model, because if you recall, when they changed the entire Council of Ministers, it happened at the snap of the finger. But in Haryana, leaders from the district level have left and announced their departure. This is very strange when it comes to BJP in northern India.
Well, yes, Kartikeya, the difference between the Congress and the BJP now is like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. So basically, some of the maybe ideology could be different, but more or less, they're the same kind of, people taking people from other parties. As you rightly pointed out, in Lok Sabha election, they took so many, I think almost 1/4 candidates were from other parties. Similarly, in Haryana, the first list that they have declared has almost 1/3 of those members are from other parties. So what happens to their own cadre? What happens to their own people who have been, who have been working hard or whatever for so many years? So, and they get these people, and more than 1/3, almost 1/3 of those candidates are from other parties. So this is bound to result in, in differences and in resentment. But the second point that you mentioned, that despite the fact that the BJP is facing headwinds in Punjab, in Haryana, there are still people who are vying to get the ticket at any cost, whether when testing as an independent or joining other parties.
Mr. Pabi, who has advantage in Haryana? I know you're not a soothsayer, but who has the advantage in this election?
I will not shy away from saying that. Yes, definitely the Congress has an advantage in Haryana, but that is what is surprising me, that despite the Congress having the tailwinds, BJP, which has released its list first, has come against so much of opposition. So imagine what kind of opposition the Congress might be facing, or the rebel factor that the Congress might be facing, because they feel that there are so many divisions within the Congress. There are so many chief ministerial candidates within the Congress, and then there are people leaving the BJP and wanting to join them. So let us wait for the Congress list. But what is surprising is that although BJP is down and out, appears to be in Haryana, still there are leaders and candidates who would like to take a chance and contest.
Okay. Ajit, do you think that replacing Khattar with Naib Saini is proving to be costly?
Well, I don't think it is basically because of Saini that you have a fierce anti-incumbency. I think basically people see it as a 10 years of BJP government and the performance not up to the mark. So I think basically there's a very negative mood, very fierce anti-incumbency. In fact, I keep visiting local districts of Haryana, for some work or other quite often. And I remember the moment I mention either of the chief minister's name, almost everyone gathers and starts abusing them. So there is, it's very visible, it's palpable, the anti-incumbency within the state. And, 2,850, that's what I was told, were the number of applicants for the Congress ticket. Also remember, up until yesterday at least, for the first time in the history of Haryana, the Congress was going as a pre-poll alliance with AAP, right? Now, at this moment, I hear because of Bhupinder Singh Hooda's opposition, that alliance might be in trouble. But even if there's a friendly fight, it is for the first time a pre-poll sort of arrangement is being worked out. And, Raghav Chadda was there, Sharad Pawar gave his blessings, Rahul Gandhi had been sort of, pushing for a alliance. Akhilesh Yadav had jumped in. The Ahirwal belt has almost about 15 seats where, the Yadavs make a lot of difference, and Akhilesh seems to be sort of siding with the India bloc right now. See what has happened. So on the Congress side, of course, we know the usual Dipinder Hooda versus Kumari Selja. I mean, factionalism is there as well. But in the case of BJP, the open rebellion right now, with 32 leaders leaving, top ministers, cabinet ministers, people like Savitri Jindal, Kavita Jain, etc., what it shows that this is a post-2024 Lok Sabha election. The BJP earlier used to be the pole party in the country, right? With the 3/4 majority, the NDA. So I think the significance of the high command of BJP was very important. There wouldn't be rebellion like that. But this is a post-poll 2024, and the BJP is a much diminished party in the Lok Sabha. You see the number of bills that the BJP in parliament has taken a U-turn. So suddenly, the horses are bolting from the stables because the top leadership is not in command, neither in Haryana, Chandigarh, nor in Delhi. So this is a new trend which I find,
Okay, fair enough. But on the other hand, in a major development, Vinesh Phogat and Bajrang Punia, they have joined Congress. All of you must have seen, Affair was lavish. Both of them were received by Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge. They're supposed to add to the star power of the state. Let's listen to both Vinesh and Bajrang.
जब हम रोड पे घसीटे जा रहे थे तो छोड़ के बीजेपी को देश में जितनी भी पार्टियां हैं वो हमारे साथ में थी, हमारे दर्द को समझ पा रही थी, हमारे आंसुओं को समझ पा रही थी। मैं बहुत प्राउड फील कर रही हूं कि मैं एक ऐसी पार्टी में, एक ऐसी विचारधारा में हूं जो महिलाओं के साथ हो रहा अन्याय और उनके साथ बुरे बर्ताव के खिलाफ खड़ी है। वो लड़ाई लड़ने के तैयार है, सड़क से लेकर संसद तक। और मैं विश्वास दिलाती हूँ पूरे देशवासियों को कि जो मेहनत, जो लगन से हमने रेसलिंग में काम किया है, हम चाहते हैं कि देश के हर एक नागरिक को जो दर्द, जो तकलीफ हमने झेली है, खासकर महिलाओं के लिए, हर एक उस महिला के साथ में हम खड़े हैं जो अपने आप को लाचार, अपने आप को बेबस समझती है। रेसलिंग में मैंने पूरा कोशिश किया कि मैं जितनी भी महिलाओं को, छोटी बच्चियों को इंस्पायर कर सकती हूँ। मैं चाहती तो मैं जंतर मंतर पे रेसलिंग छोड़ सकती थी और सभी लोग भी मान रहे थे, पूरा देश इस चीज़ को विश्वास कर रहा था क्योंकि बीजेपी आईटी सेल ने उस चीज़ को साबित करने की कोशिश की थी कि हम चले हुए कारतूस हैं, हम ख़त्म हो गए हैं, हम पॉलिटिक्स कर रहे हैं। उन्होंने बोला मैं नेशनल नहीं खेलना चाहती, मैंने नेशनल चैंपियनशिप खेला। उन्होंने बोला ये ट्रायल्स दे के नहीं जाना चाहते, मैंने ट्रायल्स भी दिया। उन्होंने बोला कि ओलंपिक्स लेवल तक नहीं जाना चाहते, मैं ओलंपिक्स में गई, मैं फाइनल्स में गई। अनफॉर्चुनेटली परमात्मा को कोई और चीज़ मंजूर होगी। एक चीज़ मुझे पता है कि जब मेहनत आप करते हो तो ज़रूरी नहीं कि आपको उसी दिशा में मिले, कई बार दूसरी चीज़ों में भी आपको वो फल मिल जाता है। और परमात्मा ने मुझे मेरे देश के लोगों की सेवा करने का जो मौका दिया है, वो मैं मानती हूँ कि उससे बड़ा पुण्य का काम कोई नहीं हो सकता है।
जो आज बीजेपी की आईटी सेल बोल रही है कि इनका मकसद तो सिर्फ राजनीति करना था, हमने तो उनको लेटर भेजा था, वो जब भी नहीं आए। हमने तो बीजेपी के जो सांसद थी, जितनी भी महिला सांसद थी, उनके घर पे लेटर दिया था, वो फिर भी उन बच्चियों के साथ नहीं खड़े हो पाए। कांग्रेस पार्टी तो बिना कुछ हमने इनको बताया ये वहाँ पे हमारे साथ खड़े हुए। तो देश की बेटियों की जो आवाज़ उठाई उसका भुगतान हम कर रहे हैं। लेकिन ये चीज़ हमें पता लगी कि जो अत्याचार बेटियों पे हुआ जंतर मंतर पे, उसके साथ सिर्फ बीजेपी पार्टी खड़ी हुई और सभी पार्टी हमारे साथ खड़ी थी। और जो भी आज हम इस पे कांग्रेस पार्टी में आए हैं, मैं धन्यवाद देता हूं सभी का। हम अपनी पूरी मेहनत, जितनी हमने कुश्ती में मेहनत की है, जितनी हमें किसान आंदोलन में मेहनत करी है, जितना अग्निपथ योजना के टाइम पे मेहनत करी है और बेटियों के आंदोलन में मेहनत करी है, ऐसे ही मेहनत करेंगे और कांग्रेस पार्टी को भी मजबूत करेंगे और देश को भी मजबूत करेंगे।
Brijesh, what will they deliver? against BJP?
Well, I think, they'll deliver high optics. The fact of the matter remains that, Vinesh Fogart remains the face of this entire anti-sexual protest led by Bajrang Punia and herself, and among others, several star female athletes, wrestlers there at Jantar Mantar. I think she will deliver a very, prominence as far as this Haryana election is concerned. Bhupen Singh Hooda remains the tallest leader as far as the politics of Haryana is concerned, as far as Congress party is concerned. But I think Vinesh Fogart will add to the star power. See, if she would have not performed well in Olympics, many people would have. And they themselves realized, when she said that, "Logon ne hame phoka hua kartoos bola." So there are many who casted aspersions on her athletic capabilities and saying that, that they were doing politics just because they didn't have any sport left in them. I mean, her reaching finals of Olympics was something which has proved all her detractors wrong. Now she's entering the political arena with all her daw pech intact, and I think is going to be a formidable foe.
Amitabh, is it sports versus sports plus agriculture?
I think it's sports plus agriculture plus youth plus women. In Haryana, 49% of women backed the India bloc in 2024. That is 20% higher than the 2019 number. By the way, the all India number for women support for India bloc was just 33%. Correct. So, women voters may sympathize towards Vinesh. Is also emerged as a youth icon. So, youth, farmers and women, these are three segments which have been unhappy with the BJP and of course Jats. So this transcends towards these 3 to 4 voting groups. However, one needs to be wary of the fact that whenever there is a consolidation, there is a counter consolidation which also happens. And the Congress party also realizes this. That's why we've seen that the Congress has not gone ahead and announced CM candidate in Bhupendra Singh Hooda, because they fear that a Jat versus non-Jat sort of an atmosphere or a consolidation could lead to significant counter consolidation and could neutralize some of the gains which the party has made since the past 5 years.
But then what is the real problem, if you have to say, in this assembly election for Bharatiya Janata Party? Is it weak chief minister, but then you have weak chief minister in Rajasthan, you had weak chief minister in Haryana, you have weak chief minister, right? Unlike Yogi Adityanath. Or is it because of the fact that there's a loss of mojo because इस बार 400 पार नहीं हो पाया, there's a confidence lost? What is the real issue? Why the vote surge for Congress party was so high in this state?
So one is of course that when you do an anti-dominant caste politics, that somehow hurts down the line, correct? So that has happened. That is one of the reasons. 10 years of anti-incumbency is another reason. One of the primary reasons why BJP grew is on an inorganic basis. Many MLAs of BJP are not from BJP originally. They were either INLD or earlier Congress members or smaller parties and independents. So the BJP's growth has also been inorganic. And the fact that this belief that the Prime Minister Modi will bail out BJP when it is on a back foot, I think that is what you are hinting at when you say that this Mission 400 was not achieved. So that's a very psychological thing. And if you see in terms of leads, BJP has always performed poorer in assembly elections compared to Lok Sabha elections. So they were leading in 79 Vidhan Sabha seats in 2019, they fell to 40. They were leading in 52 Vidhan Sabha seats in 2014, they fell to 47. So that is also there. So this captain or this who will bail out whatever the pitch is, that sort of confidence also is not perhaps there, or has declined at the grassroots level.
Or is it, Mr. Pabbi, is it also because of the fact that the BJP has incorporated that the trait of the socialist politics in Haryana, and it's getting reflected in the present culture?
Yes, Karthik, as I mentioned, there's hardly any difference left, and with so many rebels coming and so many people from other parties coming in, there's hardly a difference. But I must also say that, the declining fortunes ever since the 2014 elections, in 2019, and then 2019, and then the assembly elections. So this has been going on, and certainly people feel that, they had been given 10 years. And the performance has not been up to the mark. And then they're changing the chief minister just 4 months before the model code of conduct comes in. So changing horses midstream is also not really that is going to help them. They could have, if they wanted a change, they could have done it. They should have done it much earlier.
Ajit, is it correct to say that BJP's Congressikaran is complete, in the sense that the way Indira Gandhi used to appoint chief ministers of her choice, both Amit Shah and Modi have done it? It's not the BJP of yesteryears, where you had Bhairav Singh Shekhawat or Sundar Lal Patwa, or you had Kalyan Singh. Modi was a powerful chief minister in his own right. So you had powerful the chief minister of Himachal Pradesh, I'm forgetting his name, the first chief minister.
Dhami.
No. During when Narendra Modi was in charge of Himachal Pradesh, when Sukhram's party's support was taken, he was the general secretary in charge, and it created a huge controversy. So BJP had powerful chief minister, they counted for something, and now you had lightweight chief ministers. So you get lightweight results in assembly election.
Well, let me put it this way: if you look at Bhupender Singh Hooda, I mean, he is one of the tallest leaders right now in Haryana. He almost himself controls, according to most assessment, 30 to 35 seats straight away. I mean, obviously, that's the Jat belt also. So that kind of tall leadership BJP doesn't have in Haryana. I mean, Yogi Adityanath perhaps is, and the Assam chief minister. These are the two exceptions in the BJP who are rather tall leaders. But the other leaders, as you rightly pointed out, as chief ministers, they are not very tall. So BJP doesn't have that kind of leadership in Haryana right now. But I think it's much more, that the Kisan movement, which affected Punjab, Haryana, and the border-lying areas of Rajasthan, bordering, for example, from Shri Ganganagar downwards, close to the Haryana border. That entire area from almost the year 2000 has been, the area of influence of the Kisan movement. That has by now turned the tide completely against the BJP, because there was a lot of state repression. Punjab farmers were not allowed inside Haryana, etc., etc. So I think that is one major reason why BJP looks so weak today in Haryana. Number two, of course, the women factor. I mean, in that, a lot of reasons, the worst sex-gender ratio in the country is from Haryana, right? Kerala is number one, and Haryana is the lowest. And several, the other thing is, a new aspirational class has come up in Haryana, given the fact that there is so much of investment in sports. You have excellent physiotherapists, women from Haryana specializing in that. For many of them, Vinesh Phogat type iconic figure has, become like a hero for them. So I think the earlier picture of Haryana, a very patriarchal state, controlled by the crazy panchayats, is over. Now, the women are leading. Even in Congress party, Kumari Selja is considered, at least among the Dalits, as a very tall leader. So I think the equation is kind of changing, and there people like Vinesh Phogat will play a very significant role. And obviously the turnout among women voters will be very, very high. And BJP at this moment, at least about, let's say, a little more than 3 weeks are left for the elections. At this moment, if you ask me, it seems the mood is against the BJP. The Congress is on the offensive. Now, the problem is this AAP-Congress alliance. If that doesn't work out, remember in Kurukshetra, in 4 of the, where Naveen Jindal had won, in 4 of the assembly segments, the AAP had performed very well, right? Now, suppose they were to put candidates there, for example, or if other regional parties are not accommodated, so Samajwadi Party, let's say, which I told you I feel is has a lot of influence in the Ahirwal belt. Similarly, the CPM. So I think this Rahul Gandhi approach, I feel, would have sent a signal of United we stand, divided we fall.
Okay.
So that I think is going to be the X factor, this division between Congress and AAP.
But there's third aspect of it. There's third aspect of this dangle in Haryana. And this dangle is that the Congress infighting has become public. Now, Randeep Singh Surjewala says he wants to be the chief minister. Hooda is a candidate. Then the larger issue is that Dipinder Hooda also wanted to contest. Kumari Selja wanted to contest the election. Then other candidates who are opposed to Hooda camp, they wanted tickets where Hooda's own very close associates want to fight the election. So there is complication in the Congress party. The Congress party complication is also because of the fact that there are now leaders who have sensed that there is a possibility that after 10 years, Congress can come back to power. Congress can come back to power. So Amitabh, to you first, do you think that it's just a storm in a teacup, or this is the real crisis this time around when Randeep is saying, I want to be the CM, Kumari Selja is saying that, CM face should not be declared. First time former colleagues have openly come out like this. The knives are out literally.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest weaknesses of the Congress party in Haryana is internal factionalism. There are many CM candidates, and we've seen that the Congress party, at least in Vidhan Sabha elections, was in a very good position, a similar position in Chhattisgarh MP, and even some people mentioned Rajasthan, but it had lost in all of these. So the Congress party does have a problem, as you've mentioned, that when people see that there is a good chance of coming back to power, there are many applicants not only for the MLA seats but also for the CM post. So now we'll have to see how the party handles because I sense a bigger rebellion could emerge after the Congress list is out. And that's why perhaps BJP has not declared 23 candidates. It could accommodate more of Congress defectors. And in Haryana, the smaller parties, independents, have historically had 20% to 30% vote share, huge vote share, and they could spoil the game of either NDA or the India bloc on many seats. They have had 8 to 15 seats. They have, in the last 5 elections, actually 2 have been hung elections, 2005 and 2019. So the role of independent smaller parties and how Congress party manages the aspirations of all these leaders will be very key, because this sort of combination which they are trying to create or achieve, which is Jat, Dalit, Muslim. Now in 2024 Lok Sabha elections, the narrative that the BJP will change the constitution worked in favor of the Congress party. However, it may not have that the same amount of punch in the Vidhan Sabha elections. And this Jat, Dalit, Muslim combination is not a very cozy sort of a coalition also, because there has been a history of violence between the Jats and the Dalits. That's why the Congress has not announced Bhupendra Singh Hooda as the CM candidate, because it wants to keep the option, or at least send out the message that Kumari Selja could also be the CM, and it wants to get the significant chunk of Dalit votes as well. So we have to wait for the Congress ticket list, and also the fact that whether Aam Aadmi Party alliance fructifies or not.
By journalist Ayush Goyal. Ayush, why is Randeep Singh Surjewala, Kumari Selja, how come they have become so aggressive this time around, openly saying they want to be the chief minister?
This is because Randeep Surjewala and Kumari Selja have been tall leaders for all this time, and they have been saying that Bhupendra Singh Hooda and his son, they are running the show. So they want to come in and they want to have a pie this time as a CM. It's a do-or-die situation for every leader, be it BJP, be it Congress. It's now the elections of candidates. It's not about symbols anymore. That has been said by Rajneet Singh, who has got the ticket before it was announced. He met Amit Shah. He declared himself as a BJP candidate. He burst crackers here in Gurugram. So that clearly shows it's a do-and-die situation for every person, mostly in the BJP. Why BJP? Because this time the ground surveys and other surveys have supported Congress, and they have really well played on restless protest. which had done great damage to BJP, not only in Haryana but nationally. So Kumari Sailja and this Surjewala, it's now or never.
Okay.
And
it's now or never. Mr. Pabi, it's now or never? Mr. Pabi, it's now or never?
Well, Karthikeya, yes, they've been sitting on the fence for a very long time. They've been waiting for their chances. So yes, definitely that is there. And therefore, I actually expect far greater fireworks when the Congress list comes out. BJP has, even though it is downhill or facing headwinds, but what about Congress? I think the main fight would be who are the candidates. Whom do they support? Whether it's support Huda group or Surjewala or Selja, I think that's going to be a major fight.
Mr. Pabi, is it correct to say कि हरियाणा वही चुनाव जीतेगा जिसके घर में infighting कम होगी?
Yes, actually, yes, you're right, absolutely. Because there are 4 groups now. Besides Congress and BJP, there are 2 others, JJP and INLD. So they are there to cut votes into each other. INLD is in association with BSP, and JJP has that Chandrasekhar Azad also going in. So it's going to be a multi-current contest.
Okay.
Mainly it is going to be Congress.
Okay. So Ajit, if we compare the dangal if we compare this dangal in Haryana, किसके घर में दंगल बड़ा है? Is it BJP's dangal which is bigger than the Congress dangal? Is there a dangal in BJP or a dangal in Congress? Is there an infighting in Congress or an infighting in BJP? How would you describe the two situations for both these parties?
See, Congress had a history of factionalism, right? I mean, not from today, but
it's part of the DNA. Gandhi, it's part of the DNA. Subhash Chandra Bose.
Huh? That's right. That's what I'm saying from the history. Paul Brass made his name in the so-called academic world because of his great study of factionalism in the Congress. So Congress knows how to handle it. Plus, Bhupinder Singh Hooda is what, 76 years old, right? I mean, he should be kicked upstairs now. He can get into the, I don't know, they don't call it the Margdarshak Mandal, but he should be the advisor. So obviously his son, Dipinder Hooda, is maybe the more dynamic youngster among the Jat leaders. Kumari Selja is very close to Sonia Gandhi, not from today, but since I joined journalism. And, she's always been she immediately, you'll see Sonia and Kumari Selja will immediately go and stand beside her. So, and also at this moment, there is a women's, there is a, what would call women's wave in Haryana with the wrestlers, with the other issues that we discussed. So I think Kumari Selja, she's also a Dalit leader. So I think she'll prove to be a very, very good, at least man manager if she's put up as the CM candidate. But in the case of BJP, see, BJP is a party not known for open factionalism until 2024 Lok Sabha. Before that, if you look at in the various states, immediately it would be sorted out by the High Command. But this time, in this election, I think because of the jhatka that the BJP got in 2024, there is obviously open rebellion going on. And that, I think, is going to hurt the party in a major way. So I think at this moment, again, as I said, 3 weeks are left for the campaign. BJP guys are excellent when it comes to campaign. Perhaps Congress is not that good. So once you have Prime Minister coming and talking in Haryana, the whole BJP sort of leashing its massive campaign, blitzkrieg campaign that they do, things might change. But at this moment, if you ask me, I do travel in Haryana because I live in Gurgaon. So, frankly speaking, right now the mood looks as if the Congress is on the upswing and the BJP is on the defensive.
Okay. Thank you all of you. Thank you all of you. So the bottom line is that the dangal in Bharatiya Janata Party is costing them a lot of seats. And the problem in the Bharatiya Janata Party is that not only rebel candidates have come up in BJP, but the people at the district level have also quit the party. And Naib Singh Saini is actually struggling to keep the center together. So I think this is, in a way, I would say, completion of the Congressikkaran of the state units of Bharatiya Janata Party, whereby powerful leaders from Delhi can put compliant chief ministers in the state. something which Indira and Rajiv Gandhi would do. So, but the fallback is, if the center doesn't work, the state fails. And this is what is happening, and it is for this reason Mr. Saini is finding it so difficult to keep a check not on your leader but also the cadre.